from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.
Welcome back, and yes, we've got a great afternoon of footy on this afternoon, and nothing better than two sides that opened their account very, very nicely last weekend. It's the North Geelong Magpies out at the Keith Barclay Oval, unfurling their reserves and their first flag against the Winchelsea Blues, inspired by a very big informed David Minch. This should be a ripper game, Grubby. You saw Winchelsea last week. I saw North Geelong, and they both look pretty good to us.
Well, yeah, I didn't see North, obviously, but I did see Winch. They were very, very good, and with a lot of room for improvement. I thought Bannockburn weren't too bad against them as well. But at night, in the end, they probably took their foot off the pedal. Minch needed to go and get a ruckman so he could sit at full forward, and that's exactly what he did. He went and got a young fella named Wedding, and him and Hermans absolutely tore him apart in a ruck. Don't quite know whether they're good enough to tackle the premiers of last year yet, but I reckon they'll give them a run for their money, but I'll go for North at home.
What about you, Alex? Who do you think will win this game, mate? It'll be an absolute pearler.
Well, firstly, I just, being the younger one, I have to suck up to Grubby. Really did enjoy his radio coverage of the Winchelsea game, and it sounded like Wedding had the ball on a string in the first quarter. Having said that, we can't look past North Geelong's form of recent years, so I'm going to tip the Maggies by 2 goals.
Oh, very, very big tip indeed. Well, of course, you can catch all the action on this afternoon from 1:30 this afternoon on 94.7 The Pulse, your home of country football, where the boys will give you a blow-by-blow description of a great game of footy indeed. With Chicken War will be unfurling the first flag in memory of his late father Wonder, and Carlos Gomez, games record holder at North Geelong, will be doing the reserves flag. Okay, another big game out of the Duck Pond. The Werribee Central's Centurions opened their account very, very nicely last weekend. They take on Anarchy, who, they really struggled against the Magpies. I'll start up with you, Alex, because I know what Grubby will say about Werribee Centrals, but it appears that Werribee Centrals are recruited exceptionally well, and one of their evergreen players, Tyra Monty Bruno, kicking a bag for last week as well.
He sure did. That was a big surprise from both ends of the equation, Geelong West and Werribee Centrals. I'm going to go not only with Werribee for today, but I think Werribee can string a fair few games together at the Duck Pond, as you like to call it. I think if they can get a good 7-2 or 8-1 record at home, then they can be genuine top 3 potential for the end of the year, Dick.
I think so, Grubby. No doubt you were impressed with your boys last week, and I think that the way that Anarchy played, they should have a pretty big win.
They probably should, but I don't know how impressed I am with them yet, because I know Nick Washington always watches his show. Mate, yous were hopeless. Yous were terrible, but I know you're looking for answers after the game. Forget about looking for answers, mate. Scrap it. Come back. You got 17 more weeks. It's not over yet. You'll be right.
Okay, so Werribee Centrals for both of the boys there. Out at the Thunderdome, it's the Tommy Tigers. Their first home game of the season. They're taking on the Bannockburn Tigers. It's Tigers versus Tigers. So I suppose, Grubby, you'll tell me that the Tigers should win this one.
I'll go for the Tigers. Now, look, I watched Bannockburn last week. They were good in bits and pieces. They probably didn't quite have the firepower to beat Winch. Mullane Grant sneaked up with 7 and was pretty good. Broman down back. They had some pretty good players, but Thompson must have played all right too against East. Obviously, we never saw the game. We might have to have a look at the video too, but I think the Fano does videos of all the games now. But look, they were with East Geelong all day, and East Geelong piled on the goals in the last quarter. This could be a really good game, and again, you're right. I'll go for the Tigers.
Alex, what about you, mate?
Well, interesting observation over the pre-season. Thompson start off the year across the road at East Geelong, then 3 home games in a row. Does this usually happen in the league, boys? A home ground advantage like that?
Grubby, over that one to you.
I'm bugger to find. I wasn't listening.
All right, nevertheless, I will go with Thompson. Thanks for that, Grubby. But I would like to hear your thoughts. A former Colts player to watch in Jack Broman. He's the captain at age 18 of Bannockburn. Good call or bad call by the Tigers?
Oh, look, I think it's a good call if he can keep playing. I watched him last year. I just thought he was a little bit down. I know they put him in their best players. I put a cross beside it. I didn't think he was at his best that he was last year. Hopefully the captain, but he is co-captain. Yep. So I think he's got Watsy with him. So look, I think it's a great honour, and good luck to the boy.
All right, well, Tigers are my final tip then.
Unbelievable. I'm going for the Tigers too, so I think we're all pretty safe on that one. Out at the Winter Resort, and yeah, the weather has changed, and so it's aptly named at the moment. The Belmont Lions, they take on the Geelong West Cheetahs, and Belmont Lions off to a great start last week, and the Cheetahs, of course, got absolutely belted by the Werribee Centrals Footy Club, and it's the Jets Cup, as the producer's telling me, so it'll be a great game out at the Winter Resort, Alex.
Yes, it will be, and I reckon Dave McKernan, after a debut as coach and 1 win, I think he can go back to back. Again, I was very surprised with Washington and his men's performance last weekend, as we all were. Jets Cup, great initiative. I think, as Cogsy will tell me, it's the second time this has been played, the Jets Cup, and I've got a thumbs up. So Belmont's my final tip on this occasion.
Look, there's no way Geelong West can play that badly again. They had players down in the Sims and Wall were down. They won't play 2 bad games in a row. Whether young Morell plays, he's a pretty good player. Belmont must have been pretty good. That'll be close. It's out at Belmont. I'll go for a draw, I think.
Oh, you idiot.
I've got no idea.
You haven't got any idea,
I've got no idea.
Yeah,
I'll go for Belmont.
Yeah, I think I might stick with the Lions just for Cogsy's sake, no doubt about that. Inverleigh Hawks, well, they're at home at the Railway Street Ground against the East Geelong Eagles. I'll go to you first, Grubby. Inverleigh Hawks, well, they've got to improve. East Geelong didn't look too bad last week.
Well, they must have been all right. They, for 3 quarters, Thompson held them, but they kicked 10 or 11 goals in the last quarter. They got a gun recruit in Hayden Graham. He's going to be hard to stop. But then, of course, I think Ling and those blokes in the back line, they haven't got a bad back line. The 2 Cations boys in the best players, Billy and Alex. Look, I don't think Inverleigh's quite good enough for this just yet.
Alex.
Just a quick shout out to Alex Cations, one of my former classmates. And any relations, Grody?
Yeah, definitely.
Grandson. Oh, of course. There you go.
Get on with it.
Great
thanks
grandson.
for that. Now I've forgotten which game we are. No, I haven't. Inverleigh, I reckon they'll do great under McDowell. His fitness regime's worked well over the pre-season. However, I'll put East Geelong by about 3 goals in the end.
Okay, Cry Devils are out at the Devils playground. They take on the Belpost Hill Panthers. And you'd think after Belpost Hill's opening account last week and the capitulation of the Cry Devils that Belpost Hill will be favourites, Alex.
Yep, Battle of the Leisure Time Centre from the looks of it. But
Battle of the Leisure Time
I'll go
Centre.
for the Panthers by a good 40-odd points. That's all I can really say. I reckon it'll be one-sided, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Grubby, what do you reckon?
Look, I think Cry got a lot of young fellas. I'm not quite sure whether they're good enough to take on the might of Belpost Hill just yet. Young BJ O'Toole's a good kid. Look, Cry will give them a run for their money for a while, but I think Belpost still a little bit too good. They need a ruckman, obviously, Cry. They've got Scotty Purvis from Anarchy, who's 40-odd years old. He played Anarchy seconds last year, so they're probably still looking after Big Stewart's gone. But look, I'll go for Belpost Hill, and just remember, if you get a pizza from here tonight, don't sneak out the back with it. There's a non-takeaway, mate.
Well, we're not going to. I don't have pizza for breakfast anyway, Grubby, so you're an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
That's all we've got for this week now. We've got a Facebook page now, and it's the GDFL Netball and Footy Show. Have a look at that, folks, on the screen. Get on there and like it. We're going to fill it up with photos and everything to do with the Footy Show. You'll catch it on there. Thanks for your company, you guys. Good to see you again. Have a great afternoon.
We will.
And you have a great afternoon. I hope your side wins. All the best to the North Geelong Magpies. And don't forget, the match of the day is the 94.7 match of the day, North Geelong Whittlesea. Over to Dale and the boys at the Footy Show. We'll see you all again next Saturday morning. Bye for now.
District Football League. We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong. Bounce the ball, let's get into it all until the final siren. No 2 can fall, fight to win, risking head and shin.